Hello friends, welcome back. Today in this video for the subject Basic Thermodynamics, SY BTech Mechanical Unit 1, we are going to go through the contents. So today we are going to discuss thermal equilibrium, properties of systems, what is a state, what is a process, and what is a quasi-static process. So these are the contents of today's videos. So what is thermal equilibrium? So a system is in thermal equilibrium if the temperatures and pressures at all the points are same. So you can see in this diagram, if the temperatures and pressures are same, okay, this, there should be no velocity gradient. The chemical equilibrium should be also necessary. It is only under thermal equilibrium condition that all the properties of the systems can be fixed. For attaining the state of thermal equilibrium, the following three types of equilibriums must be achieved. So the first is the thermal equilibrium, that is the temperature should be constant, should not change. Mechanical equilibrium. Now what do you mean by mechanical equilibrium? There are no unbalanced forces within the systems or between the surroundings. The pressure in the system is same at all the points and does not change with respect to time. And final, the chemical equilibrium. So no chemical reactions should take place in the system, and the chemical composition throughout the system should be same and it should not vary with time. Now explaining the thermal equilibrium in a little details. So you can see in thermal equilibrium, as we have discussed, the thermal parameters, that is the thermodynamic considerations of the system does not change, or the temperature remains constant. Now with an example we will see. Let us consider a steel glass full of hot milk kept in an open atmosphere. It is quite obvious that the heat from the milk shall continuously be transferred to the atmosphere till the temperature of the milk and the glass and the atmosphere are not alike. So what is the meaning of this? A hot glass of milk will continue to radiate heat. Till what condition? Now please remember, heat always passes from a higher temperature reservoir to a lower temperature reservoir. Okay, so if the temperature of the milk is higher than the ambient temperature, the heat will start getting transferred either by conduction or by convection to the surrounding. Till what time? Till the temperature of both, that is the surrounding and the hot milk, will be same. So it can be said that the thermal equilibrium is achieved. So here in this part, the same thing is explained. So thermal equilibrium is achieved means the temperature becomes same of the two bodies. Now properties of systems. Now to discuss the properties of systems, we have intensive properties. So these properties do not depend on the mass of the system. Okay, so such properties are called as intensive properties. Now which are those properties? Temperature and pressure. So these two properties do not depend on the mass of the system. Now what are extensive properties? These properties depend on the mass of the system. For example, volume. Okay, the volume is the best example. Okay, extensive properties are often divided by mass associated with them to obtain the intensive properties. Now, for example, if a volume of the system has mass m and the volume is V, the specific volume of the matter within the system, which is an intensive property, can be given as V upon m is equal to the specific volume, what we can say. Now, moving ahead, let us discuss what is a state. What do you mean by a state? What is a state? So, state is a condition of the system at an instant of time as described or measured by its properties, or a unique condition of the system is called as the state. So, what is state? State is a condition at an instant of time and which is described by some measurable characteristics such as volume, pressure, temperature, which are the thermodynamic properties. Now, what is a cycle? What is a process? Any change that a system undergoes from one equilibrium state to another is called as a process. So, you can say state 1, state 2. So, any change from state 1 to state 2, for example, P1 V1 pressure to P2 V2 pressure, the path followed is called as the process path. Okay. And the series of state. So, at infinitesimal points, so from point state 1 to state 2, there are infinite points which will go on changing, or you can say there are infinite states, and if you join the path, you will get the process path. Okay, so series of states which a system passes during the process is called as the path of the process. Okay. Now, what is a quasi-static process? When a process proceeds in such a manner that the system remains infinitesimally close to its equilibrium state at all the points or at all the time is called as the quasi-static or quasi-equilibrium process. So, what the statement says? The process proceeds in such a manner that the system remains infinitesimally close to the equilibrium condition. So, this piston, you can see the example of this piston in a cylinder. So, this is a slow compression, very slowly the piston is moving in the towards the left side. Okay. So, this is a quasi equilibrium. Now, very fast compression is a non quasi equilibrium condition. Okay. So, the same thing is explained here. One piston is moving very slowly, what we can say infinitesimally close to its equilibrium condition at all instants of time, and whereas the other condition is quite different. So, very fast compression. Thank you friends. Thank you very much.